viewers, and welcome back to Stock Traders Talk Radio. I'm your host, Stock Sumo, and thanks for joining us on this totally tubular thrashing Thursday, July 19th. You know what time it is, folks. It's time to top off your cup of coffee here with Stock Traders Talk, and let's get ready to rock as we look through the OTC markets and big boards. So fire up your scanners, open up those charts, and turn on your trading desk. Joining us on this morning's program, we have Haas.
Good morning, Stock Sumo. How are you doing this morning, bud?
Oh, man, I tell you what, I must have woke up on the right side of the bed today because I'm feeling exuberant.
Oh, that's good to hear. You cheer me up every morning. Nice intro, once again.
Thank you, sir. I'm just pumped up, looking forward to wrapping up another strong week. Hey, we got one more day left. I'm hitting the highway this weekend, going out of town for a nice little vacay with the honey. So I got everything to look forward to. Why not be in a good mood?
Nice, man. Where are you headed?
Going to Saratoga Springs. Going to go bet on some horses.
Cool.
Yeah, good stuff. Also, joining us on this morning's program, we got Sifik here. Hey, Siffy.
What's up, boys? How's it going?
Siffy.
Oh, good, man. I'm just a little bit perplexed because, you got me cheating on our favorite girlfriend, Apple, with these IBM calls.
So you didn't rock any Apple overnight? You didn't have the menage a trois?
No, I'm not as good as you, man. I don't have the stamina.
I had a sixum going on last night, man.
What do you got? eBay?
I got eBay. I got FCX. I got Apple. I got Spy. The list goes on and on. IBM, like you said. Still holding those U.S. oil. It's at 34 now. Remember when we caught that at 27.70, boys? Love it. We don't just hit the OTC.
That's right. You got to follow us on our message board. Siffy is hip to the earnings. He knows what's coming and when it's coming, and that's why he's well vested in...
I watch CNBC.
I know it's a lot more than just CNBC, Siffy. Come on.
That's where it all starts. Let's be real.
Don't let those talking heads get to you. I'm pumped for the OTC. I'll tell you why. I seen a big promo out last night that I got into yesterday. Started posting on our board. How about BRGO, though? Man, we were talking about it on the line after the show was wrapped up. Out of nowhere, in like 15 minutes, the volume exploded. Because we would have caught it on the scanner had it had traded big volume during the show. However, it was trading no volume until probably around 11 o'clock, I want to say. But BRGO went from like 002s to 003. And I saw it trade like 10, 15 million shares in a short span of time. And I started telling you guys, hey, look at this thing. It's starting to trade some volume. Doesn't that thing close over 006? Wow.
That was a good call, Sumo.
And
They put out some pretty killer press about launching into some big U.S. retail chains and the initial confirmed order for $600,000. So it looks like they're going to be bringing in some nice revenues in the future here.
that's why people got to stop by the board. I was posting all along when we were talking about it after the show and started posting on the board. The other one that I was posting on was IDOI, and I saw some big disclaimers out there disclosing some huge dollar budgets. I'm not into playing some of these promo campaigns if it's not a big enough budget, but you see these high budgets come out, they tend to get a lot of momentum, and if you're in early, like I was getting in IDOI yesterday, posted my buys on the board as I was posting the play out there, so give people ample time to get in there before the promotion. We're seeing a promotion hit today. It's going to be interesting to see what this IDOI wants to do. Is there any news out there?
For IDOI, let me check. I don't think so, unless they just put it out. No, they have not put out news since July 2nd.
All right, let's take a look at the old scanner, seeing if anything's hitting here. Nothing on the OTC side of things except for one ticker. It's got an L on the end of it. GIDYL. That's GI Dynamics. It looks like it's at 97 cents. It's traded one trade, 100,000 shares pre-market. On the big board scanner, we got, what do we got here? Nokia gapping up. They must have had some positive earnings or something. They're up 13% pre-market. I was looking at this thing the other day and was hitting the scanner. $1.96 by $1.97. I should have talked about it then. I like Nokia. You know, they were one of the first companies that really started rolling out cell phones. They've been around a while. And, you know, I mean, there's just a huge market in the cell phone business, no question.
Yes, there is. I'm not too familiar with the actual numbers there, but how's the chart looking on Nokia?
Let's take a look here. Whoops, not Nook. It's N-O-K. Oh, I got to get logged in here so we can bring up the right indicators. There we go. All right. Well, she's coming off a bottom here, so all the indicators looking oversold. You can tell that the stock has been on a downtrend ever since this gap down. That looks like it happened around the middle of April. Had the big volume on that gap down day. It closed at like 470-ish the prior day, opened up around here in the $4 range, and then it's been on a downtrend ever since then. Had a couple little bounces here and there, but nothing really huge. Now we're seeing it find support, and we're seeing a gap up off of this support level at the bottom. So key resistance points are $2.03 and $2.34. Pivotal point of 183. Right now it's gapping up at 190s. So we want to see it hold support at 183 if there's a pullback. We want to see it break resistance at 203. Looking at the RSI, way oversold. This needs to get above the 50 MA overlay. PPO coming down oversold. These lines looked like they wanted to pinch and converge, but they're still not confirming that cross yet. We're going to be looking for a cross on that. We're also looking for a cross on the slow stoke because these lines look like they're trying to hook up. But all these indicators really need to get cranked up and get above the 50 MA overlay. So not a bad looking chart as far as a bottom play. Just I don't think it's done quite consolidating. We want to see what it does after this gap up.
It's actually kind of funny. I was looking at this chart. I spent over the weekend, and I was looking at some options trades, just kind of getting a feel for those. So it's good that you brought that one up again.
You can see it's 195 here, 196 pre-market. You got the level 2 up. Like I said, that key resistance is going to be 203 and then 230. So just something to keep in mind. You always want to watch for support to hold and resistance to be broken. So that support level is around $1.83. So just all key factors to keep in mind.
All right, sounds good. Well, I got a couple that I want to talk about real quick here for sure. I don't know if you guys have been watching this stock since the spotlight or since we've been talking about it on STT radio, but GTGP Global Techs Group did a big spotlight on it with the bridge jumper on the iHub last week. Put out some press yesterday, and this stock has been on a tear, up over 100% already from the spotlight, aka pay attention. But real good news out yesterday. Kind of sets the stage for the next couple of months here and what sort of news we might be looking for on it. Global Technologies Group Incorporated announces that after a series of requested additional tests performed by MSE Technology Applications Incorporated using the MBS technology for mercury removal from stacked gases, the cement plant requested and has set a schedule for a full 2-week run at their plant under normal operating conditions. So they're going to test the technology. This run will start on August 7th through August 21st. The mercury removal percentage will be monitored daily and verified by both the plant and MSE, who will be on site during the entire run. And even a more key point below that there, Global is pleased that the length of this run was extended for a 2-week period by the plant, as it will give both the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, and the Department of Energy hard data results for an extended period of time, as opposed to the 3-day runs originally scheduled. This extended run requested by the plant is a strong indication of the interest and value of utilizing MBS in the industry. And let's see here. And final verified data for the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection Agency. And where's the key point here? Well, the key point I wanted to make anyways was they're searching out that benchmark approval that we mentioned in the spotlight with the Environmental Protection Agency. Basically, if they get that, if their technology works well enough to get that benchmark approval, their technology is going to be the standard throughout the United States that all these different cement plants and other types of plants and site cleanups need to live up to. So really, really good stuff happening there in August. Keep an eye out for news related to those tests. Let's see here. SOMX, this thing was a beast yesterday. We covered that patent litigation news yesterday. They also put out more patent litigation news this morning. Basically, right now they're fighting some generic insomnia drug makers on the markets, and looks like they're winning for the most part. So we'll see. It looks like it's going to gap up a little bit again this morning.
Me. Who the hell told us to buy that piece
sustain that upward momentum. Sumaxin Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, a specialty pharmaceutical company, today announced that it has entered into a settlement agreement with Cadila Healthcare Limited and Zydus Pharmaceuticals to resolve pending patent litigation involving Silanor 3 milligram and 6 milligram tablets.
You gotta be kidding me. Who the hell told us to buy that piece of shit?
All right. Sunshine Biopharma. This one had a big week a couple of weeks back.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that whole time, too.
Oh, for sure. I think Retire Early brought this one to us a long time ago. It stayed quiet, but it definitely woke up as of recent, and they're starting to put out some news related to some of their potential trials here. Sunshine Biopharma Incorporated, a pharmaceutical company focused on the research, development, and commercialization of drugs for the treatment of various forms of cancer, today announced that it has engaged Beta Pharma Canada Incorporated to manufacture an initial batch of Adva 27A, that's their treatment drug, and provide synthesis parameters for future scale-up and large-scale manufacturing of the drug. So good news there on drug synthesis for their clinical trials. Sunshine Biopharma.
I'm seeing a gap up on TRMD. Is there any news or anything on TRMD? Currently, it's gapping up. It looks like it's
you gotta be kidding me.
50
Who
by
the hell
60
told us
cents,
to buy
up
that piece of shit?
65% pre-market.
There was news out really early this morning, it looks like. It's a small share hit on that 60-cent mark, but definitely worth keeping an eye on here. Let's go over this news. Articles in today's Danish
Who the hell told
media,
us to buy that piece of shit?
with reference to certain articles in the Danish media today, TORM, T-O-R-M, would like to reiterate that negotiations are still proceeding with relevant stakeholders regarding a long-term financial solution. The content of the negotiations is in line with the main principles communicated at the annual general meeting TORM will make a company announcement upon reaching an agreement. Yeah, this, I suppose I should say that TRMD, the company, is TORM. But I don't know, this one's a weird one as far as how the shares are structured and stuff.
Another one that's hitting
You
my
gotta be
scanner
kidding me.
is
Who the hell told us to buy that piece
HUSA.
of shit?
I was just taking a look at the chart. Looks like it's a good bottom play.
Hoosah.
Houston American Energy Corp. It's on the Amex. It looks like it's coming off its 52-week low of 75 cents, but you know this thing was $3 to $6 here, March to April.
News this morning as well. Houston American Energy Corporation today announced that its board of directors has approved the exploration of strategic alternatives for the company. The company intends to engage an investment banking firm to assist in the eval of a broad range of financial and strategic alternatives, including but not limited to seeking additional financing to support the long-term development of its oil and gas properties, seeking financial and/or industry partners to participate in the development of its properties, selling some or all of the company's assets or interests in those assets, and the possible sale of the company, among other alternatives. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of stuff coming along those lines.
You gotta be kidding me.
Who the hell told us to buy that piece of shit? Moving on with some news. Pervasip Corporation, ticker PVSP.
You gotta be kidding me. Who the hell told us to buy that piece of shit?
Vox partners with G3 South Africa to facilitate sales of hardware and apps on the continent of Africa. Since February, we have been researching, designing, and developing product extensions that include tablets and handsets, which fit well into our VoIP and video ecosystem. G3 South Africa and Vox plan to sell these new units with the Vox VoIP app pre-installed, said Mark Richards, Chief Investment Officer of Vox Communications. Good news out there for PVSP. Extend Medical Corporation.
Who the hell told us to buy that piece of shit?
DC closed at 0047 yesterday. Press this morning. Multicorp International Incorporated / Extend Medical Corporation. Their wholly owned subsidiary Rivalts Sports Group Incorporated, which operates station WRSO 810 AM in Orlando, Florida, announced today that the station has exceeded their sales projections. See if they give any numbers. Has exceeded our expectations for revenue, and it looks as though the station will be operating in the black when the station goes live on the 30th of July. So end of this month, we're going to have a black operating WRSO 810 AM radio station in Orlando, Florida. The station is finalizing their NCAA and NFL football programming and should have those advertising packages ready to sell by the first week of August. The company also launched the new website for Multicorp International, Inc. Sites now reflect the true direction of the company is headed and will show the different sectors of business the company will look to capitalize in. So some kind of cool news there if you like to listen to sports radio.
All right, let's see what we got on the old pre-market scanner. Guess what's hitting IDOI?
Oh boy.
Almost 20,000 shares in volume, 6 trades, 37 by 38.
Oops, sorry, man.
JWC acquisition, JWCAW. I don't know where these 5 ticker symbols come from, the W or L. I'm not familiar with those. There's JWCAW and GIDYL, excuse me. Those two are trading pre-market volume.
I'm trying to find these. I think I'm dyslexic this morning, so I can't type these in.
I think it's that and a combination of me wound up on coffee. I'm just spitting the symbols out too fast. I've had people complain before that I say the symbols too fast. So let me just pronounce this one out there. J Jackson, W Walter, C is in cat, A is in apple, W is in Walter. JWCAW.
Got it. I don't know what I was typing in. I think I typed in G first. I think that was my problem. And there we go. Ooh, that one's gapping down, it looks like, but not a whole lot of volume. No news. Strange. All right. Ticker OXIS, Oxis International. The press this morning. Oxis International continues its global product rollout with the release of its new Prograce anti-aging serum. Prograce is the first of Oxis's luxury skincare line products to contain its proprietary intelligent antioxidant EGT. Dr. Tony Nahla, America's dermatologist and author of the new book, Skin Commandments, 10 Rules to Healthy, Beautiful Skin, has been advocating the significant benefits of EGT through numerous interviews in many prominent publications, including New Beauty, Ocean, and Prevention. Oxis International. Artificial Life, ticker ALIF. Press this morning. Artificial Life launches award-winning Elite Command AR toy application. An innovative investment company announced today that its production studio, A-Life Studios Incorporated, together with Wowie Group Limited, has developed and launched a 3D smartphone toy app titled Elite Command AR, which interfaces with a physical toy gun and is distributed under... Sorry, guys. Take over, Sumo.
Oh, don't worry about it. IBM, I'm looking at that thing pre-market. 193.30 by 193.49. Looks like it wants to gap up here. IDOI looking really strong pre-market. Over 100,000 shares in volume. 17 trades already. 135,000 nearly in volume, and it's 38.5 by 39. So that's why folks need to stop by our message board. You know, be hip to what we're talking about. You know, we constantly catch the runners and talk about them on the message board before we even mention them on the radio show. So that's why it's always important to be hip to what's going on those boards. Never know what we're going to catch during the day, just like that BRGO yesterday. Caught it in the 003s, ended up closing at 006. So we got the scanners rolling. Unfortunately, we don't catch everything during the show. Sometimes things heat up later on, and then we catch it.
All right, I'm good now. I think. I'm sorry, that Wowie just set me off. So, anyways, yeah, let's move on from Artificial Life before I start laughing again. Interesting little company dealing with algae biofuel cleanup, Origin Oil. This is a big board, I believe. OOIL is the ticker. And I'm kind of watching this one for a potential bottom, not necessarily a buy rate here, but the company's pretty cool. And I believe they recently actually did a reverse split, and it's kind of been downtrending, as you can see. But this one's good for some pretty sick moves, considering the float's about 7.7 million. And it looks like it's kind of trying to hang around this dollar area. I could easily see it spiking, 50% at some point here. But let's just go over the news they put out this morning. Hiring some very key executives, and usually I don't like to note the hiring of key executives, but in this case I'm going to because they used to work for some pretty well-known companies. Origin Oil Incorporated, developer of the high-speed way to harvest algae and clean up frack water. That's fracking for oil. Announced today the formation of a dedicated business unit to aggressively market its continuous flow, high efficiency, and chemical-free technology for frack water cleanup and petroleum recovery. The company has named Dr. R. Gerald Bailey, former president of Exxon Arabian Gulf, Abu Dhabi, and UAE as industry advisor to this unit. So definitely some well-known companies that he used to be the president of. And also, while veteran former Dow Chemical manager Bill Charneski will head the unit as the general manager. So combining some well-known management professionals from both Dow and Exxon for OOIL. So we'll see how that pans out in the future. I'm sure they have some good ideas on how to turn the company around. So just something to keep an eye on. I'm kind of searching for a bottom there. We have 1 minute until the market opens. I'm just going to hit on
1 minute till post time, 1 minute.
LDSI, big promotion going on. They put out news this morning. Digital music industry expansion points to profits for Life Design Station International Incorporated. Next one, TEXX, Imperial Americas, also on massive promotion. Imperial Americas signs memorandum of understanding with Imperial Beverage Group Incorporated. News this morning. Go check that out. And that's it. That's all I had. I'm done.
And we're off.
Good timing. Good timing. All right, let's pull up some level 2 screens.
Whoa, IDOI strong out the gate, 40 by 40 and a half. 41's up, big volume rolling through. That's the number one ticker on my scanner right now. 28 trades going off.
I like that chart on IDOI.
Yeah.
Or at least what it opened up at.
Higher lows, making higher lows, building support. Loving it. Sumo is back.
Whoa. I like it. You've been
I've...
back for a while, man. You've been killing some options.
TEXX, another one on promotions here this morning. Big gap up. 89% gain on the day, 38,000 shares. I wouldn't chase it here. I'd be watching for a pullback to fill that gap.
LDSI, the other promotion. We just mentioned news on both the TEXX and LDSI. Also, well, this one didn't actually gap that much. It closed at 4 cents yesterday, opened at 4.2 cents today. Got a spread of 4.1 by 4.2 right now. I do not like Vert on the ask. We'll see if he moves, if he gets hit a couple times.
IBM up to 194. 194.40 here. Moving strong on those earnings. Dassault, that was DUSS. That had a big run yesterday. Looked like it was hitting my scanner there for a second here this morning. DUS up another 16% today. 0027 by 0029.
Oh, yeah.
What's BRGO doing out of the gate?
Yeah, I was just going to pull that one up. It's 006 by 0065 right now.
It hit 0065 yesterday as the high of day.
Yep, no gaps to fill.
Okay, I'm in the IBM calls. I got in yesterday on a little pullback at 10 cents. It was as low as 7 or 8 cents after Siffy and I had pulled this one up. These are the $200 calls. Looks like I'm going to lose my money here today. They're going off at 8, 12 cents. I need this thing to keep beasting. IBM's up to about 194.73. I need it to go over 200 bucks. I need to see in the money for these calls to be worth anything. I only put $100 at it. Little lotto play. That's all.
lottos that can provide some big returns if you hit. That's for sure.
Oh, what was that one he posted? Shoot, I got to go back.
MLZN or something? I don't even
It
remember.
was an M ticker symbol, that's for sure. Siffy, where you at, buddy? Come on, come in. Oh, you know what he's doing? He's taking profits. He's in 8 different stocks right now on earnings. MLNX. Michael Larry Nancy
Boom.
X-Ray was the one he called into the close yesterday. Nailed that thing.
Oof, man, BRGO is a thin one. 5.3 by 5.7 now. Last trade 006 million shares.
Come on, IBM. Get over 200. It's over 195 here. This thing wants to move. Let's go. Keep going. At least I'm in the money. I'm not quite seeing a loss on these calls. They're going off at 16 cents right now. I got in at a dime, so I should have probably just sold them there at 16, but there wasn't enough liquidity. There's only about 5 or 10 shares traded there. Okay, IDOI, 42 by 43. Just hit a new high a day here. Seeing some nice level 2 action there. Looks like the market makers are thinning out. You got Wilson Davis and Knight on the offer at 43. Knight's showing 23,000. CRGE moving up the scanner. That's Clenergen. 01 by 0115. It's traded over 1 million shares. It's up 22% this morning. IPRC, another one moving up the scanner. Imperial Resources, up 15% on over 100,000 shares traded. Last traded at 24.2 cents.
Looks like we got some action on TTDZ so far this morning, but as usually happens with this guy, it doesn't respond very well to news for whatever reason. That ticker was MLNX that Siffy was talking about. Apparently, they reported some banging earnings, and it's like $30 in the money on calls that he got for like 35 cents or something ridiculous. I don't know. But it was pretty sick. Your Galena Biopharma Incorporated, GALE, another beast here today, again. Up another 7%, it looks like.
WCYN, that's Walter, Charlie, Yankee, Nancy, West Canyon. It's up 337%, 140,000 shares traded, 6.5 by 7 cents, a gain of 0.54 on the day.
Got EVDR getting a little bit of action, not enough to scream about it quite yet, but worth noting. It's been a little more chatter than usual on the boards for EVDR. 6.4 million trades so far. Last trade 0008 up 14.3%. 1.7 million left on the 8s. About 3 million on the bid on the 7s.
I like how they're keeping the spread nice and tight on IDOI. 42.5 cents by 42.8 right now. High a day of 43 cents.
Yeah, they're moving her.
Great volume. 475,000 shares traded thus far.
I don't know if I have. Did we go over their news?
I asked for it this morning. It wasn't out yet. Something just hit. Yep, 9:10 a.m. Looks like IDOI installs additional mag shoe unit in government offices throughout Israel.
The mag shoe. Of course, the mag shoe, man. Sorry, I'm a babbling idiot this morning, literally.
That one ticker symbol that I caught, WCYN, West Canyon, that's up 330%. It's tightened up its spread. It's 068 by 069 and over 300,000 shares traded. We've seen the volume double here since we started watching it and when it hit the scanner. I wonder what's going on with that. Probably some newsletter covering it or something.
Huh. I don't know. I'm going to go check it out right now, though.
DUSS had a big day yesterday, continuing to inch up here today. It's 0031 by 0032, up 24% on almost 6.8 million in volume, 6.6 million in volume to be exact, and that's 25 trades on the day.
Whoo, boy, I'm back. That was sick.
There he is.
What'd I miss?
Nothing.
What did we miss on your end, bud? What were you?
I was dumping. Good fun.
Back the truck up.
Back the truck up. Unload the merchandise.
Man, I'm trying to find something on that WCYN sumo. There's been $0 volume for ages until today, so definitely something going on.
Yeah.
Looks like a nice share structure, 22 million outstanding. Check out their website. Maybe they put out an update on their website. Man, I actually like their website. Huh. Oh, they have some major producers in North Dakota, it looks like. Yep, I love it.
Hey, there's your favorite state.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, I suppose it's my favorite.
Big oil production going on up there, eh?
Oh, yeah, don't you know? I don't know. I've fallen in love with Minnesota now with the whole hockey thing, too. But I love both states. But obviously my family's back in North Dakota yet.
AXLX hitting the scanner. This was on promotion here in the weeks past. Up 36% this morning. 3.8 million in volume. 0026 by 0028. TEXX pulling back as I thought it would. 12 by 13 cents this right now.
Yeah, I don't like TEXX. LDSI is doing promo right this morning. 1.7 million in volume.
It's about time it's moving up. They promoted that thing for like the past 4 days, and it's moved down ever since.
LDSI?
Yeah, it had one little pop. It had one little pop the first day, and it's just been, they've really been hitting it hard. I've seen a lot of different newsletters covering it day in and day out. They're all paid, and finally they're letting the stock breathe. Looks like the sellers are starting to weed off of it and let it move.
I see. Never mind. I'm glad you said that then. I was just going by today's action. It's been steadily moving up from the open with no gap. But yeah, I didn't know that. So
Yeah,
pile shit. Can we get a toilet flush? Can we get 2 of them?
we don't have it today.
Dang it.
Darn.
I wanted a toilet flush. Siffy, did you make bank, brother?
I ain't got no complaints, tell you that. You
DUSS.
really can't complain when you put on, multiple option trades and they all go in your favor. So, pretty stoked.
Boy.
But I do want to give a big shout out to the boys. You know who you are, MLNX. Heard you guys talking about that, and the way that went down was yesterday. You could have got into the $80 call, all right? 35 cents. Let's take a quick look at that let's see here. What is she trading at right now if you would have held this whole time? So you can see it's at 92.18 MLNX. Let's flip over here to these options. Let's go to the weekly. Let's go to that $80 call. Right now you'd be selling it for $12.50. It hit a high though. Let's see here. I don't see what the high was, but you could dump it for 12. Only traded 3. So we'll see what happens. My friends didn't hop on that one. They actually were on the August 18th, 65. They got in for about, I think their cost average got down to about $6 yesterday. Let's take a look at this one here. You can see that's at 26.40 by 28.50, and it hit a high of it looks about the same. So we'll see what they do here. These guys are pretty bullish. This thing, you got to check out, I guess, the fundamentals. I wish I would have pulled the trigger. I had my finger on the trigger for that 80 call, which would have been big. But oh well. I'm happy with the eBay, the IBM, the FCX, the Apple, the SPY. It all worked out well today. No complaints.
That's what I like to hear.
Nice.
That is what I like to hear. Your AXLX is looking pretty good.
I like DUSS better. It's moving more. It's got more volume, better liquidity. 0032 by 0035. 11 million in volume, 38 trades on the day.
Dust. I remember the big run this one had from like 002 to a few cents not too long ago. Because last year.
Well, yesterday was up 100%. Big move yesterday.
She's coming off. She's thicker than she used to be, though.
Yeah, that's what happens with these darn plays. You know, they dilute, they put more shares in the market, and they just don't run like they used to. You know, it's all indicative in how they react to volume. You watch them, you know, you learn their trends. Just like VPER, that's one that we've been following for a long time, and it seems like every time they get ready to run it, the runs are, aren't as long, they don't go as high, and the volume cranks up, but they don't let it go. Like this week, it couldn't break that resistance at 0018. I identified the resistance. It traded huge volume, but they just didn't let it go. So you got to just know a point when it's time to walk away when these things get over diluted like that ASYI. Man, I saw some joker post a video yesterday like, what's this thing going to do? I'm not sure. They got this and they got that and it's trading good volume at 0001. We don't want to hear your stupid video. That's not going to, I mean, there's no due diligence in that. What are you telling people other than that you're uncertain? Did you see that video?
I didn't see the video, man. I'd love to, though.
Oh, I'm going to get the link. I'm going to post it on our board later, and you're going to laugh at this Yahoo.
I'm in a laughing mood today, as you know, so I'll be laughing at it. Maybe we can play it on the show tomorrow. I'm sure you would love that.
Oh, man, this guy's funny. DUSS, up to 12 million in volume. Everybody likes a good sub-penny runner.
Got to. We got, a stock that I just forgot. Sorry. I am literally not on my game this morning. EBDR, it looks like it upticked again. Let's check that out. It's one I can remember in my head. 9's up at the ask. We got about 1 million shares left there, with about 500,000 sitting on the bid at 888. Up 28.6% on the day, 9 million volume. Again, I've been hearing increased chatter. I wouldn't doubt if there's some sort of promotion being worked out in the background. I don't know that for sure. That's not even a quote-unquote rumor, but just looks like some accumulation upwards today. W Gas, that's the one I wanted to talk about. Go for it, Sumo. I can go to that one after.
Siffy, do me a favor. Pull up IBM. You could take a look. These things can get pretty predictable. When we see a gap up, usually you see a run, and then there's a pullback within like the first 5 minutes. And that's exactly what happened on this thing this morning. IBM gapped up, it popped, there was a little consolidation, it held support well above 193.50, and those $200 calls that I'm in dipped as low as 4 cents. They're back to 15 cents right now. And it looks like IBM's going over 200. I'm holding, baby. I only got $100 in it. I think this thing might have a chance at hitting 200 by the end of the day. Yesterday, we called it. We thought it was going to go to like 190 by the end of the day. Sure enough, she pretty much closed at, what'd she close at yesterday? It was a little shy. I think it was like 189 or something that it closed at. Looking good.
Nice, man. WGAS, WGAS has been a beast. They put out some good news yesterday. So far this morning, we have about 900,000 in volume. Closed at 009 yesterday. 0095 by 1.1 cent spread right now. Up 22%. Last trade at 1.1 cents. One to keep your eyes on. Looks like EBDR, a couple more hits on that 0009 area. There's a couple market makers showing 5,000 each on the ask. Who knows if that's their real size. 350,000 on the bid at 0008. 11 million volume now. Dust. Man, that thing looks thin on the ask. Look at that. Got 0032 by 0035 spread right now. We got 5,000 shares through E-Trade on the ask at 0035, and then it jumps to 0047. Got about 650,000 shares sitting on the bid at 0032. Doesn't look like even any like potential dilutive or shorting market makers until about 005. So she's got some room there with any sort of buying volume. She's moving up well again this morning. 28% in the green. Last trade at 0032, 12 million in volume. Your IDOI is hanging pretty well around this 41, 42 cent area.
Hanging tough.
Was that Oreo? Did I catch a little Oreo in there?
No, do you know what that song is?
It sounded familiar, but I
Dude,
couldn't name it.
You're too young to know that stuff, man. That's New Kids on the Block, bro. Marky Mark, when he was first getting famous. What you know about some New Kids on the Block?
Siffy, do you know about the New Kids on the Block? You don't have to come on if you're busy, but I was just checking. Siffy's a Bob Marley.
Oh, I know the New Kids on the Block, man.
Siffy he remembers. Oh yeah.
Oh. Don't make me dance, man. I'll turn on the webcam and I will do something crazy.
Back in the day, New Kids on the Block, that's when Marky Mark was first getting his career famous. Oh, man, that was classic stuff right there. All the teenage girls were going nuts for him. I remember this guy was...
I thought Marky Mark was Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah, but before that, he was in New Kids on the Block.
Jeez, I guess I wasn't as big a fan as you, man.
Well, my sister, she used to have
your sister.
The posters. I honestly, I couldn't stand them. I hated them. But now, like, looking back,
I had one over my bed, but I hated them.
Because all the girls, I was jealous. I won't lie.
Hey, there's a new boy band out. I saw. They all look Abercrombie and Finch But catchy tunes, you know. I'm pretty much surrounded by women over here, not by choice, I mind you, all the time. But I am surrounded by women, so I hear all the songs and catchy tune.
Haas, later I want you to go on YouTube, do a search on New Kids on the Block, and go play some of those classic hits, man. You're gonna be jamming.
I'm getting okay.
Oh,
Sounds good to me, man.
they were like the pioneer of boy bands, man. They were like what started all the boy band craze. Yeah, all the girls back then, they had all the stuff, the swag, the t-shirts, the pins, the posters. Oh man, my cousins, my sister, they were all over that stuff.
Oh, did we call that bounce on Yippee yesterday?
Yippee!
How can we take our eyes off of Yippee? It's up to 98 cents last trade, up another 11.4% today. I think we're looking at it around like 60 or 65 cents yesterday. Only 11,000 in volume, but that's just the true nature of how thin this stock really is. And, you know, it's I fully expect it to go back into the dollar range. So keep your eyes on this one. This one moves pretty easy and pretty quick. And IBM is an 11% or 10% stakeholder in the company. So we were talking about IBM. Figured I'd throw it in there. Dust. Come on, baby. I'm just watching it hang out here. 0032 by 0034 now. I'm just waiting for that 0034 to get hit. Oh, million share bidder on 0031.
IBM looking strong. Those July 21st, $200 calls holding in here at 15, 16 cents. They were as low as 4 cents this morning. So you could be up a full 3-bagger already if you bought the dip. PVTA. That one was hitting the scanner pre-market. It's up 22% this morning. That was another one that was on a big promotion, I think. 316,000 shares traded today, and it's last traded 59 cents. Well, boys, we're starting to get a little stagnant in our air, and I'd hate to have too much breaks in between our breaths. Why don't we call it a day? We're close to the 10 o'clock hour.
Sounds good, man. ANX looks like it's trying to make a little run here. Dust bids are creeping up. I think that one's going to break out. But a couple to take a look at. Anyways, we're out. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Try to take it easy on my laughing gas tomorrow morning.
Aloha.
Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being accurate, and might not be a complete statement or summary of the available data. Stock Traders Talk Radio advises that the investments in companies profiled are commonly considered to be high risk, and use of the information provided is at the investor's sole risk. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio.